black pantyhose do you think they go through in a performance of Riverdance anyways? I want to be the guy that sells black pantyhose to the people on Riverdance. And Riverdance is so stupid anyways, really, so I'll just... So this thread, or contest, is all about standout musical moments. You know, before I get to that, and sure, I'll tell you a couple stories. We'll go all Aesop fables here on you. Oh, Uncle Remus. But before I do, Maggie, kind, generous, open, transparent, right? All these things that have been said about you, I mean, they're all true. I think they're mostly all true. Yeah, they're all true, except for anything bad, and I haven't heard anything bad. So everything I've heard is all true. Now, that said, you built one heck of a collection in one short amount of time. You've also shared selflessly with just about everyone in the vinyl community. And it's just, you know, it's if I had to think, what best sums up Maggie? You know, there's a lot of people that seem to spend a tremendous amount of time on the internet, and I know people that would agree with this, right? And they just take things from different sites and kind of then come to YouTube and either make a video or leave comments that kind of regurgitate all that. But you know, my problem with that is it all comes from the internet rather than from first-hand experience. You know, reading a book, you know, read through Stephen King's Dr. Sleep and then talk about it. Don't read reviews about it and then talk about it like you know about it. And there seems to be a lot of that. And then it's not the vinyl community, it's anywhere you go, there's a lot of that. But Maggie has never struck me like that. Maggie's just this sponge. You know, and from day one it's been, teach me, recommend, teach me, send me, and I'll send back, and just let me learn and absorb, and then talk about it. You know, and I have nothing but admiration for anyone that can get on camera and hold up an album or whatever and say, I know nothing about this, I need to learn. And that's just what Maggie is. You know, if I know who Maggie reminds me of. Perfect.
Abyssinia, Adam,
Holy crow, you can read!
Ah, input. More input.
Input! Woo!
Ah, more. 2 excellent books. May I have these, craphead?
Maggie 5. There you go. Input. So, Maggie, congratulations. What a year. What a year. What an absolute roller coaster of a year. You hung in there, you rolled with the punches, you made it, and you're now as much of a cornerstone or a pillar around here as anyone else. So, some standout musical moments. Yeah, there's a few. You know, one I would start with, and that's the basis of this contest, is what are your standout musical moments? And it could be anything. Here's one. Now, it was Gil, King's drummer. And I mean, I've loved Gil since video number 1. Gil's my brother. I love Gil. And Gil always talked about Marillion, and I kind of always tuned it out. It just wasn't for me. And then, all of a sudden, Gil sends me a copy of Misplaced Childhood. It sits on the shelves for 6, 7, 8 months. I drop the needle on it, and it's just been Marillion mania ever since. Now I think I'm up to 8 or 9 Marillion albums on vinyl. I just cannot absorb enough. How on earth did I live through the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the double nods, and then now, and miss this band? That is a standout musical moment. So not only did I just get introduced to a new band through the VC, but I literally started obsessing over them, and I can't get enough Marillion. Have you not heard this album? You really need to. Lavender, Kaylee, Dilly, and then Jarko, my vinyl bar, learning from him about Marillion. And then seeing others get into Marillion as well. Amazing. Total standout musical moment. 1999-2000. Run DMC play at a small bar in Providence. And I mean small club. This joint was tiny. It was free admission. There was no line. I don't know what the deal was. So I walked in and really walked right up to the stage. And within minutes, here comes Rev Run, DMC, and Jam Master Jay, rest in peace, who would pass away just like a year later. I mean, they were right on the edge of the stage, and as they kicked in to maybe King of Rock, I think they started playing, the crowd started swelling a little bit. It was capacity like 300. But I mean, right there, face to face. Yeah, I mean, I could smell the strawberry bubble yum on Jam Master Jay's Adidas. It was that close. Amazing. You know, within half an hour or so, the crowd got so big and so stupid that I ended up walking out. But I've just never forgot, almost 15 years later now, just being that close to these childhood legends. I mean, you could not have grown up in the 80s and got away from Run DMC. Total standout musical moment. And I'm not even a hip-hop fan at all, but they were childhood heroes. So that is a standout musical moment because it causes me to actually acknowledge a style of music I don't listen to and I don't like, but I just could not escape it. Meeting Metallica in Suicidal Tendencies. I saw them on the Justice tour, on the Black Album tour, 2 or 3 times. They played Mansfield, Massachusetts, not too far off. And in the parking lot before the show, Metallica was out under a tarp. It was in the summer. And the line to meet them was insane. The supporting act was a band that had been around for about 7 or 8 years at the time, but had only really just broken through. And they were under this tent over here on the right, no line. That band was Suicidal Tendencies. So I walked over to meet them, and I had been seeing their videos on Headbangers Ball for Send Me Your Money and just cool, Alone. Great stuff. So I met, and it's funny because there sat Robert Trujillo, who 10 years later would be under the other tent as a bass player for Metallica, and the guy over there, Jason Newsted, would be gone. Robert was cool. Rocky George was cool. And the band was awesome. And then there's Mike Muir with his bandana, big Mike Muir, big stocky guy, right? And I don't know if Mike had just had it, he was hot, or Mike was just a true jerk. But I went to shake Mike's hand. He squeezed my hand so hard I thought he like fractured it. It hurt. I handed him my hat, like I did with everyone else, to sign under the visor. And Mike signed it, threw it into the parking lot. And he's just a true asshole. I mean, I've just, it's stuck in my mind. I never forgot it. You know, why Mike was that way to a fan. I don't get it. But it was a standout musical moment. And then by the time I was done, they were both taken off for the stage. And I was able to walk to the left, and I was able to just catch him as he was heading in, Lars Ulrich, and kind of shoot him a wave and say hi, and he turned around and he waved. And that was about as close as I ever got to Lars Ulrich or Metallica. It was an awesome show. I remember having a little portable tape recorder, little micro cassettes. Do you remember those? I had it taped to my inner thigh. I'll never forget this. And I knew after 45 minutes, I looked at my watch, and I would flip the cassette, because it would only record 45 minutes. And I'd have my hand down my pants in the middle of the crowd, fidgeting in there, trying to flip this thing over, and I wore loose jeans so I could do it. Long story short, I was king of the mountain the next day at school. I had the Metallica concert recorded. It sounded horrible. All you could hear was my jeans rubbing against it. Of course, I'm belting out the lyrics to every song, so all you can hear is me screaming over. And it took about 4 years for the hair to grow back where the duct tape ripped it out. It's a standout musical moment. Anyways, whatever. Maggie 5, congratulations. That year flew by. I'm sure the next one will too, and I'm sure it'll be twice as good as year number 1. Everyone in the VC, thanks for checking this out. And if anyone out there actually does like Riverdance, let me know. And I'm missing something. What the hell am I missing? I don't dig it. Talk to you guys soon. Take care. Later.